97% of men over 50 miss the moment a woman begins to flirt with them. Not because they are blind or out of touch, but because the signs are not what they used to be. A woman is not going to touch your arm and laugh like a teenage girl. She's not going to say, "I love you," or ask you out for a coffee date. Rather, she will ask a question, soft, friendly, seemingly innocent, that opens a door. And if you don't step through it, the door closes just as softly as it opened. That's how it happens. You walk away feeling it was a wonderful conversation. She walks away thinking, well, I guess he's not interested. You just didn't say the right thing because you didn't understand what she was truly asking. This video dives into subtle, non-romantic questions women ask to measure interest without completely committing. We will explore 5 such questions, revealing their real meaning, significance, and how to respond effectively. The aim is to show you're present and real, not desperate or chasing. After 50, many men realize they don't have to try harder. They only need to notice more. And if you do, you will begin to notice interest where you used to see politeness, warmth where you thought there was simply small talk, and attraction. Grown-up, mutual attraction where you once believed you were invisible. Let us start with the first question. It sounds harmless, but it's one of the biggest tests you'll ever throw your way. Question number 1, how old are you? It sounds innocent. But when a woman looks you in the eye and asks, how old are you? She's not asking for a number. She's asking for something else completely. She already knows you're not 30. She's not trying to estimate your age for sport. What she's actually doing is finding out how comfortable you are in your own skin. She wants to know, do you consider your age a burden? And how you answer will reveal everything to her. If you flinch or make it into a joke about getting older, she will smile politely, perhaps even laugh, but inside, the vibe changes. Because what she is looking for is not youth. It's presence, self-assurance, and a sense that you're still totally alive in life and have no regrets for the years you've lived. The men who stand out at our age are not trying to appear younger. They're those who have made peace with their timeline, who can speak without blinking, old enough to know what's important but young enough to enjoy the ride, or even with a relaxed smile, you want my age or my mindset? I once talked to a man named Richard, 63, widowed, silver-haired, and sharply dressed. He opened up about a conversation he had at a local jazz lounge. She was probably in her late 40s or early 50s, intelligent and stylish, and after a little back and forth, she leaned in and asked, how old are you? Richard, believing he was being smart, replied, too old for you. She laughed, but not the way he expected. He said the spark dimmed immediately. And later that evening, he realized he didn't simply dodge the question, he dodged the moment. So the next time a woman asks you how old you are, don't treat it like a test. Treat it like a door. Because when she's asking, it indicates she's already thinking maybe. And your response will tell her if the door remains open. Question number 2, why are you not married? At first glance, it sounds like a personal question. Perhaps even a bit judgmental. But if a woman asks, why are you not married, particularly with a soothing voice and curious tone, it's not an interrogation. It's interest, carefully concealed. She is not delving into your past just to hear conflict stories. What she's actually asking is, are you emotionally available now? Is there a place in your life for a person like me? But here is when many gentlemen slip up. Some dive into their full romantic history, divorce, missed opportunities. Some get resentful, brushing it off with a bitter chuckle, saying something like, marriage? Tried it once, never again. Both responses do the same thing, they close the window that she just cracked open. What she's looking for is not your resume. It's your pattern. The way you carry the answer. If you are at peace with your past, or if you are still lugging it behind you like luggage you never unpack. The better answer. Something straightforward, solid, and honest, but not heavy. Try this, life kept me occupied, but I've got time now for something genuine. Or, I guess I just haven't met the perfect woman until maybe now. Let me tell you about Ferdinand. He's 68, a gentle type, and divorced young. We were conversing one afternoon, and he told me about a woman he met at a neighborhood garden. They started speaking about tomatoes, of all things, and before long she asked him, "So how come someone like you is not married?" He paused to make a kind of stiff statement about how things didn't work out and immediately changed the topic of conversation. A couple of weeks later, she stopped showing up. "I didn't realize she was asking because she was thinking about us," he said to me. "I thought she was just being friendly." That's the thing. These instances don't announce themselves. They arrive silently, wrapped in polite questions that sound innocent until you understand what they meant after she's gone. So the next time somebody asks why you're not married, don't give her a reason to regret asking. Give her a reason to ask what's next. Question number 3, do you date younger ladies? This one catches many men off guard. Some take it as a compliment, others consider it a trap. But here's what you have to understand, if a woman asks, "Do you date younger ladies?" she's not actually asking about your dating history. She's evaluating your receptivity gently, carefully. She's asking, "Could you see somebody like me as more than just a friend?" She is not searching for a direct yes. She's looking for an answer that makes her feel seen, not criticized, not compared, and especially not like you've got a group of 30-somethings on standby. She wants to know if the connection you're having in the present moment means more to you than a number on a calendar. Let me tell you about Antonio. He's 58, intelligent, and often nicely put together. He met a woman at a bookstore, mid-40s, bright eyes, who asked for recommendations on a memoir. They talked and had coffee across the street. Then came the moment when she leaned back and asked, "Do you normally date younger ladies?" He paused and then just said, "I value ladies who bring a positive vibe. It doesn't matter to me if they're younger or older. Just matters that we connect." She smiled, not friendly, but interested. That conversation led to a dinner date. That dinner developed into something more. That's the strength of presence, of not fumbling when the question isn't actually about what it sounds like. Because here's the reality, if a woman asks this, it's not necessarily about age. It's about permission. She wants to find out the potential without putting herself too far out there. She wants to feel like you will meet her halfway without making her feel ridiculous for asking. Question number 4, what kind of woman do you usually go for? Now this one might seem casual, almost like small conversation. But if a woman asks, what kind of woman do you usually go for? She's not simply curious. She's comparing, evaluating, and trying to find out if she fits the frame you have made in your mind. It's not about making a checklist. It's about knowing if she has an opportunity to be that lady. Here's the mistake that many men make, they consider the question literally and rattle off a list. Oh, a person who's athletic, energetic, tall, brunette, and into golf, as if they're describing an order at a restaurant. What they don't understand is that at that moment, she's watching intently, listening not only to your words but also to what your response says about how you perceive women. She wants to find out if you're stuck on something or if you're ready for a connection. She wants to find out if you've evolved or if you're still chasing a concept that stopped making sense 20 years ago. The better move? Speak to the traits that matter. The ones that can dwell inside the lady sitting across from you. Try saying, "I like women who are considerate, curious, and who can laugh in the middle of a stressful day." Notice those are attributes she can see in herself if she's interested in you, and if she's asking the question, she possibly already hopes she matches your response. I once talked to a man called Andrew, 61, a former firefighter. He met a woman through a volunteer activity. They got along nicely, and one evening while painting a fence side by side, she asked, "So what kind of woman do you usually go for?" Without thinking, he responded, "I guess I like somebody calm, somebody who makes a space feel tranquil just by being there." She didn't say anything, but later that day she remained behind to assist with cleanup. And as he appreciated her, she smiled and said, "I was hoping I was your type." That's the joy of times like these. If you respond with presence, not performance, you create a place where attraction can blossom. From a psychological viewpoint, this question is an aspect of self-selection. She's gathering hints, subtle ones, to determine if she should lean in or lean out. And how you answer might either validate her interest or discreetly shut it off. So next time a lady asks what kind of a woman you usually go for, don't list your fantasy. Describe what kind of connection you'd like to build with her, because the probability is she's not looking for a friend. Question number 5, are you always this charming? This one often comes with a smile, perhaps even a little laugh. It sounds like a compliment, but it's more than that. If a woman asks, are you always this charming, she's doing two things at once, recognizing the attraction she feels and trying to figure out what you'll do with it. Many men don't realize it, but this question is one of those rare instances where attraction comes right up to the surface, soft but obvious. The compliment is genuine, but the question behind it is even more significant. What she's truly asking is, can you hold the moment without ruining it? Can you meet the feelings that she's giving without cutting eye contact or making it a joke? Unfortunately, this is where many men pull back. They shrug it off, saying something like, only on Fridays, or, guess I'm having a good day. And just like that, the spark she gave fizzles. I remember a story from Jonathan, 68, a soft-spoken widower. He told me about a lady he met at a dinner celebration. They'd been chatting about books and vintage movies, and she leaned in and asked, are you always this charming, or is it just tonight? Jonathan grinned gently and said, that depends. Are you always this curious, or am I just fortunate? He said she continued to look at him a bit longer after that, with eyes that said, now we're heading somewhere. Here's the thing, this question isn't just about charm. It's about attraction. She's giving you an opportunity, a safe space to take the conversation from friendly to flirting without pressure, without forcing. And the way you respond tells her if you're a man who's still tuned in or tuned out emotionally. This kind of compliment question combination is a feminine means of increasing interest gradually. She's not going to make the first move directly, but she is going to open a door. And in that time, your job is not to prove anything. It's just to take the praise without shrinking from it. So when a woman ever asks if you're always this charming, don't brush it off. Let her see that yes, you're still a man who knows how to meet an opportunity when it comes. Particularly now.